Getty Images Sunderland takeover Ellis short at 12:51 p.m. on Sunday. Sunderland AFC was once again the epicenter of chaos. Chris Coleman was released from his duties as the Black Cats' boss, and fans were left staring League One in the face with an absent owner, without a manager, without a hope. Coleman spent his 5-month reign incubating the club's promising crop of youngsters, and whatever shreds of pride were still left within the walls of the Stadium of Light. Countless others, from board level to the playing field, have treated the club as a doormat. Coleman treated it as his home. He was desperate to be the man, and knuckled down to work on the club with a respect that few have harbored before him. Chief Executive Martin Bain is the man behind day-to-day running of the club, a firefighter called in to tackle the inferno whipping around Sunderland, but in fans' eyes he has served no other purpose than to extinguish all embers of hope. He remains at the club, though it is unclear for how long. Ultimately, both men were puppets entangled in the strings of owner and chairman, Ellis Short. He has overseen the dismantling of a once great club with a stunning lack of awareness and knowledge. Sunderland fans have cursed their luck throughout his reign. They had reeled in a billionaire owner whose empire specialized in steering distressed assets into calmer waters, but all he could accomplish was slamming the Black Cats into the rocks. The script of their descent from an established yet scrappy Premier League team to a League One outfit was penned entirely by Short. His failure to surround himself with football people, a woeful grasp on spiraling wage bills and abysmal player recruitment led to destruction. Buy for £10 million, release on a free is not a policy that will get you far in football, though it was employed with troubling frequency on Wearside. Short's reign was littered with frustrating incidents, no doubt for him, but predominantly for the 43,000 fans who piled into the Stadium of Light without a logical reason to do so. Getty Images Sunderland takeover Ellis Short. Sunderland supporters remain bitter over England's 2016 Euro embarrassment against Iceland, as Roy Hodgson's subsequent departure paved the way for Sam Allardyce to leave, and from that point on, the dominoes tumbled. Big Sam's midfield titan Jan Mvila was one of the finest players seen in red and white since the turn of the century. The Loney claimed Sunderland were rejecting his calls, his desperate pleas to sign for the club on a free transfer, and he was never fully replaced. Jordan Pickford, a goalkeeping talent cultivated through years of hard work at the Academy of Light, had finally blossomed, and Jermaine Defoe, a Kevin Phillips-esque predatory goal scorer, had the club rooted under his skin. Getty Images Sunderland takeover Ellis Short was grabbed and scored 13 league goals in the first half of the Championship rebuild season, the latest glimmer of light. However, by the January transfer window, he had enough and called time on his Sunderland career. The Black Cats' top scorer bagged a goal against the club for Aston Villa on his return, and debts weighed heavy on the club as it creaked down into League One without so much as a whimper. One-time hero Darren Bent landed the inevitable sucker punch. Ellis Short was supposed to be the new Don, but in true Sunderland style, they had landed a seemingly penniless billionaire. The 57-year-old Texan announced the sale of Sunderland AFC, with one line shouting louder than the rest, "Higher offers from less qualified buyers were rejected, and I have paid off all debts owed by the club to leave it financially strong and debt-free for the first time since years before I owned it." Debt-free. Sunderland fans are a battle-hardened breed. They're undeservedly accustomed to misery, but League One was set to be a humbling blow like no other. The very existence of the club started to look under threat. Getty Images Sunderland takeover Ellis Short, that is, until the club's owner confirmed his imminent departure and a parting gift that involved writing off approximately £140 million worth of debt. Eastleigh chairman Stuart Donald is the new knight in shining armor leading the charge, but he is doing so with an entirely clean slate, in a league that doesn't require multi-millions and mega wages to win. Clubs have been sold with modest price tags before, but Short's absorbing of the debt shows a genuine remorse that has spared the club from being financially strangled to the point of no return. Incompetent at running a Premier League football club? The evidence says absolutely, but Short has accepted the consequences of his actions with apparent class, something that very few owners in modern-day football have or will ever do. Painful memories of the American's tenure will remain, the fruits of which may lead to a 2018-19 opening day fixture against Accrington Stanley, Wycombe Wanderers or AFC Wimbledon, but his final act has deservedly given the fans a stroke of luck they could barely have dreamed of.